What's up, everybody? Man, it's your boy Dub Q, and I would like to welcome you all to Between the Lines podcast. Look no way further. Your boy is here to bring you on in. New DC Evero has a vision for the defense going forward. I like to talk about the new defensive coordinator that the Panthers just hired to go on Frank Wright's staff, which I think was a thing of beauty. The hiring, this guy coming in from Denver, knowing that over in Denver, he likes to run a 3-4 defense. So, with that being said, how does that really fit into the philosophy of what we've been running here under this 4-3? Let's get on into it. Look, make sure before we get started, you like, you comment, subscribe to the channel. Show that love, man. Hit them cash apps as well. So, coming in, Evero, which I like to say, I got to get his name down from now on. This guy, it seems to be a hot commodity out there and a great signing, first of all, by the Panthers. I have to say, this is a beautiful signing coming in. But the way that he worked those guys over in Denver, looking at some of the young pieces that he has here in Carolina, I don't think no other defensive coordinator got out to a better start than this guy by getting the pieces on every level that he has been inheriting right here in Carolina. You look at it. Let's talk about it. At defensive end, you got a Pro Bowler in Brian Burns. I mean, you really got a guy that you can come in and first and foremost, he can take your team to the next level. He will be able to establish himself under you, I think, from going from 12 and a half sacks to possibly or potentially 15 sacks and above. And that's based upon standing him up like Von Miller. And I said this before, Brian Burns' value is too high. To anyone who's speculating that we should trade him or move him, his value is too high to be moved. And you saw when they made trade offers for him last year, they were willing to give up the house. People were willing to give up the house for Brian Burns. Like 2 first-round picks, a second or a third. They were willing to give up the house for him. That let me know right then that we had a gem and we weren't taking in full perspective how well this guy can shine with the right DC. But entering Evero, you put this guy in, you allow him to come off that edge like Von Miller, and you will see Brian Burns wreak havoc on this defensive line. And I'm here to let you guys know I'm here for it. So without further ado, let's take a look at this defensive line in its full perspective. You got Brian Burns, you got Derek Brown to be a true nose tackle from now on. And this guy will be able to put his hands in the dirt. He slowly had a Pro Bowl year, a Pro Bowl season himself this year. So I'm proud to say that this guy is another guy that he has a piece that he can build up off. And then you go to the next level on the linebacker position. On that level, you got Frankie Louvu who come off the other side of a 3-4 and create pass rushing abilities as well as he can cover as well. So that leaves 3 other pieces or 3 other positions at that linebacker position that you really have to go out and account for. You can get, in the draft and in the free agency, some pieces that can come in and plug in and play. I think Evero has one, like I said, the tools to build this is here. The pieces to put in place on each level, which being star level guys that you can really mix and put pieces over here and over there. It's already there. I think they said that one of his key reasons for signing is because he loved the way that Jeremy Chin was able to line up all over the field. Well, look no further. Jeremy Chin is sitting there at safety, which is another guy that you can kind of put all over this field. He can play some linebacker, he can play some hybrid safety, as well as stop the run. This guy is a Swiss Army knife when it comes to the safety position for us because he's vital to what we do going forward. I think Evero noticed that and he realized I can play chess versus playing checkers with some of these cats around here. But not only that, you got the dog in J.C. Horn that can go man to man and shut down one half of the field, which is a major positive to have when it comes to the Panthers. We haven't had a guy like this probably since Josh Norman that can go and take away a true number one, a bona fide number one. So like I said, these guys are all gems to have on every single level the Panthers have hit on previous drafts and getting these guys in place. Now it's time to solidify giving these guys some help. I always said that on this defensive line, the Panthers must be able to create pass rush and be able to do it without sending blitzes. So with that being said, in this draft, in this free agency, we must pick up another bona fide, whether that be free agent or somebody in the draft that can come off that edge and give us a serious pass rush. Another double-digit guy like Brian Burns should be on that opposite end spot, with Derek Brown in the middle, and then you bring in some linebackers. You got Frankie Louvu who can already rush the quarterback. If you go and target free agency or the draft, you get like a Jack Campbell or Noah Sewell sitting right there in the draft too. You might have just solidified this front seven to be one of the most dangerous in the NFL. And I think that Evero notices that. So with that being said, it'll be a nightmare to watch Frankie Louvu, Noah Sewell, Brian Burns, Derek Brown. You can just sit here and wonder who all will be coming off the line. But it would be a nightmare for a coach to have the game plan against this, because who do you double? I mean, with everybody coming on every side, it's hard to double somebody. But good luck, because the Panthers will be able to compete. Now you take a good defense and turn it into a great defense. And that's what I think the impact of Evero is going to have. He's going to really get these guys up, going, and motivated. And you're going to see a special defense. Now, I know a lot of you guys saying, well, Q, how is that so? We ran a 3-3-5 up under Phil Snow. But understand, the 3-3-5 that we ran up under Phil Snow was susceptible to run. It could not stop the run because of the way how Phil Snow had this hybrid defense going. He did not specialize on stopping the run, nor did he have in his philosophy a run stopper at edge rusher opposite of Brian Burns. Nor did he specialize, having Derek Brown really focalize on stopping the run. He just put the guy in there, told him to lose some weight and then get around. And he was getting moved out of place because he didn't understand truly what he was supposed to be doing. Derek Brown was getting pushed around for the beginning half of the season before Phil Snow was fired. So with that being said, you enter a guy who can teach them where they should be at, gap control, positioning, what angles to take. This will be one of the top defenses in the league, and we need to make sure that we go out and we get guys that can cater to the philosophy of a 3-4. Like I said, we know that's what he likes to run, a hybrid 3-4. We need to make sure that we be able to get guys in that can really pass rush and get out here and get in coverage. Linebacker play from this is going to be so vital. Like I said, Phil Snow had the right idea. He just didn't have the guys in place to really get it done and execute it. Now, up under Phil Snow, we were a top 10 defense. So I look for Evero to really take that same mold and really take it up to the next level, because if you get an actual edge rusher that can set the edge against the run as well as the pass rusher, you got something. And that's right there is the difference, and having a gem on that edge also. So I think Evero has a bright future. I think this was a great signing by the Panthers. It really is a step in the right direction. I'm looking at Frank Wright in a new light. Everybody knows, who watched this channel know that I wasn't a big or huge Frank Wright guy, but he's wearing on me. The more and more that he make these picks is me and a lot of you guys saying, okay, we noticed this. We noticed that David Tepper wants to get this right for the organization because, like I said, billionaires rarely make the same mistake twice. And the Matt Rule mistake seems like it's not going to happen again here in Carolina. So with that being said, we should put our trust into the organization turning this thing around. We should put our trust into Scott Fitterer actually getting this right. Thank God for Evero. He has a vision for this defense. It's going to be a fly to the ball type of defense. They're going to be knocking people's heads off. This is going to be great to see. And you pair that with complimentary ball on the offensive side. Carolina Panthers has a wide open division this year, and there's no Tom Brady to block us. So with that being said, I look forward to the Carolina Panthers, competing in the NFC right now for years to come, because in the NFC South, we're going to be the only team really with the leg up, especially if we get a quarterback. So I like the chances of the Panthers. I like the Evero signing. let's go ahead and let's get this thing going. Let's move on forward. And this has been your boy Dub Q. And yeah, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Come on back. We got more for you. Come on back.